I love my life. I love my body. I love myself. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to your Sacred Sexual Awakening. In this video, we're gonna, well, it's not a video, it's a love stream. Welcome. In this video, live stream, in this love stream, we are going to be talking about money, sex, and spirituality. Yes, the three triggering things that most hippies worry about. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how it is the highest form of self-love. And in the background, I'm going to try something and have some binaural beats to enhance self-love. Let's see if this works. Ooh. There it is, there it is. So I'm going to tell you in this video how money, sex, and spirituality, or tantra, is self-love. So let's rephrase those terms. What is money? What I want to know, and type in the comments below, what does money mean to you? We're going to go in each section. So money first. Money for me is what Khalil Gibran once said: work is love made visible. In the normal world, you exchange your time for money. Are you doing something that you enjoy that creates your financial abundance? Money equals freedom. Money equals the highest form of self-love because you're doing something that you love doing. People see value in what you're doing. They throw money at you because, trust me, when you get good at one thing or many things, people will want to pay for that. I'm really good at giving yoni massages. It was a very strange job 6 years ago. Now I live a life of abundance and freedom because I travel the world helping women overcome sexual trauma and showing them how amazing their yonis are, and amazing how the entire delicious energy is. I am blessed to do this job. So money equals purpose. So what I'm going to tell you is a brief history of Shaft Uddin's relationship to money. Because money's just neutral. It is just, well, it's paper, but in Sweden it's digital. And I prefer it digital because it just weighs you down, all this cash and shrapnel, as we say in English. So money for me, my history with money, the first memory I have is my dad hitting my mum. What I remember is we were constantly in scarcity. They were fighting over money all the time. Even to this day, people are trying to kill them over money. There is attempted murder cases towards my parents who got attacked by their own relatives with machetes just 2 years ago. This is how deep money, scarcity, and violence runs in my lineage, in my blood, in my DNA. I come from a Muslim Bangladeshi upbringing. The ultimate goal in life is to go to London and make money so you could send money back to Bangladesh, so you could build a mosque, look how successful you are by giving money to the village you came from, and then feed the family. So that is the extent of money. Money is everything in my heritage, in my culture. So when I grew up, money was scarce. Money meant violence. Money meant not seeing my parents and having a very angry, violent father. Me and my dad are super tight now. We're amazing. He's one of my role models. But I'm talking about an old version of my father, and an old version of myself, and an old version of my mum. So I come from a working class son of an immigrant. Like, you're not going to be rich if you've just come to a country with nothing. Like, it just doesn't work like that. Whereas my dad worked fucking hard, so hard, to provide for his family. He sacrificed his health, his heart, his everything to provide. And he did the best he could, and now I am the man I am because of the sacrifice my father did, and my mother. We all worked for the restaurants. We all worked super hard to generate income. My only escape from this lifestyle, which was a classic Bangladeshi lifestyle, which was slave labor, child labor. Most of your underwear is built by probably my cousins in Bangladesh. It is just inherent in me. Like, this is what we do. We work fucking hard for money. This is why we have such great production lines, and this is why I'm so good at hustling and working hard and grinding and seeing systems and then just churning it out. And that's also why I burn out, and also why I'm a perfectionist and will always get really good at whatever I do. It is hardwired in my DNA to succeed. It is hardwired in my DNA to be a survivor. Bangladeshi sweatshop mentality is what I joke, but it is part of my cultural conditioning. So money for me has been a struggle. It has been not enough until I discovered Tantra. In fact, there's more scarcity stories. I could go on about how harsh my life was. So let's keep on cracking on. So when I was little, I worked for my dad's Indian restaurant from the age of 13. The only way to get out of this cycle was to get myself educated, was to get as far away from my parents as possible and become a success and do something that I enjoyed doing, which was art. I'm an artist. You like the frame? I made that. So I had to do something that generated vast amounts of income. I could have become a lawyer, I could have become a teacher, I could have become an architect. I didn't do any of that because I'm not that intelligent. I just like to make fun things. So I became a graphic designer. Mr. Pierce, in my graphics and CDT GCSE teacher, he told me about how he was a graphic designer in London and how he used to go camping with David Bowie and how cool he was. And I was like, graphic design, this sounds pretty easy, I'll do this one. So I just went and did that. I focused all my attention into getting out of Bexhill-on-Sea. I was robbing cars, robbing houses, mugging people, smoking weed, chilled out, stopped being a criminal, became a poet and an artist. Drugs do work, it turns out, and I calmed down. And then I got myself out of Bexhill and got myself to UWIC, University of Cardiff Institute Wales, or whatever it's called. 3-year holiday, brilliant. And then I did my classic walkabout, which is my rites of passage, which is also known as backpacking for the Western world. And I did not want to end up in London. I didn't want to end up in the place that I hated, because the only version of London I knew was a version of London where my parents took me to Brick Lane to get our halal meat. And that's what I thought London was. I didn't want to go there. The irony was, when I was travelling the world, everyone said, oh, graphic design, you want to be in London. East London. Brick Lane. I was like, seriously? That's where I don't want to be. So I travelled the world trying to find a place to settle down, to get married and have kids. It was London. So I travelled the world only to come back home to London, where I didn't want to be. And that's where my life fell apart. I was about to get married, but she had sex with my best friend in the house I grew up in, and we were all meant to move up to London together. So when I moved up to London, I had nothing. So I ended up just begging for places to live. This was before the days of social media, so I was just sleeping in people's beds, trying to find scaffoldings to sleep up on in the summer, stealing food from Tesco's. In the end, I just had to take any job just to survive. So I ended up getting a job at Slug and Lettuce in Clapham Junction in the nighttime, and in the daytime I got a job in HMV on Bond Street. So I worked 6 days, 7 days a week, just working to make like 60 or 80 pounds back then, which wasn't a lot. And in the end, I used the mantra, success is the best form of revenge. So I wanted to outdo everyone that fucked me over, and I became a success. I ended up hustling and getting a job in graphic design and succeeding. 2 years later, I bought my own house, in Sydenham, and the rest is history. I became super successful because I was diligent and worked super hard. I was exchanging my time for money. I was an alcoholic and an insomniac, so I worked super hard every single day. And then in the nighttime, I had my own business, silentcity.co.uk. I talked about this last week. And then I discovered Tantra. SacredSexualAwakening.com. Check it out. It is the hack to live a life of abundance. Tantra literally changed my life. I didn't know you could do a bunch of stuff. When I do something, I want to be the best at the best thing. So when I started off as a breakdancer, I just wanted to do windmills. When I got into graphic design, I wanted to make music videos and get my stuff on MTV Base, which I did. You could check out my video actually here, which I did 10-20 years ago, however long YouTube was up. And you can see where I started off. I started off as a director. So yeah, my life is like literally living art, and it's all documented on social media. So I found Tantra. Tantra taught me about sex magic. Tantra taught me about using your sexual energy, and instead of I'm gonna see if this is working. Yes, the live is working. Okay, I'm gonna quickly check out the live stream. How to find your purpose. Oh. It's doing it. Great. Okay, it's all working. So to me, how to work less, hustle less, be in the flow state. The words abundance and synchronicities was not in my vocabulary. My vocab was all about scarcity, working hard, hustling, knocking on doors, trying to get a job, exchanging my time for money. So, how did I change my relationship with money? All the hippies denounce money. They say money is bad. I come from advertising, and according to Bill Hicks and other people, advertising is the worst and also the most stressful job in the world. It is. We're making you feel like shit. I didn't care because I love money, because when you don't have money, the last thing you want to do is give up your money. I worked so hard to have a six-figure salary that I just worked so hard that I had this huge 42-inch TV that I was never able to watch because I was working so hard. I had all this material wealth that I couldn't enjoy because I was working so hard. I had all this stuff, these toys to play with, and I didn't use any of it because I had no time because I was working so hard. I didn't know how to relax because I was hardwired to work so hard to generate more money. For what? For the children I didn't have. Money wasn't a tool. It was just a thing to keep on generating and getting more of. I wasn't utilizing money to its best ability. So what happened was, Tantra showed me what money is. Money is an energy. It's called currency because it's a flow of energy, a current of energy. Give it all away. It's amazing. But also, save some. Don't be an idiot. Don't listen to the hippies. Have a bit of fucking self-awareness and save some money. So the way I generated vast amounts of income was, I made my packed lunches. When I was living in London, I made my packed lunches. This is practical information. If you're living in a major city, make your own food. Make your own packed lunches. These are 10 minutes. And I used to stack them up in my fridge. So I was working hard, I was hustling hard, so I needed food accessible straight away. So every Sunday I have a big cook up and have my little packed lunches for dinner and lunch. Cheap. Cycle everywhere. That's how you get, these things. Try and get 0% body fat. You get great calf muscles as well. Cardio. You cycle everywhere. Then your transport costs the only thing you're relying on is the 10 minutes worth of food that you cooked on Sunday. It's feeding each other. If you got a salary or if you got something, save £250 into another account every month. Just siphon it into your account. In 10 years, I'm going to do the maths for you. £250 isn't a lot. There's no calculator on this computer. I'm going to do this. So, since my Bangladeshi upbringing, the only conditioning that I kept with me was save money and give money to charity. So that's what I did. And £250 times 12 equals £3,000 in 1 year. If you're doing that, so I was doing that from the age of, I got my first job when I was 26. Let's say 10 years times 10 equals £30,000, just knocking around. That's quite a lot. So that £250 that you just siphon off into an account, that's called the fun fund. You just use that for fun. It's strictly for fun. You have to use it for fun. You have to use it for holiday tickets, for buying material possessions that make you happy. I put that fun fund is for all the children I don't have. I've already bought houses, bought land, bought everything. I've got everything you need to be a success. So that fun fund, I don't really touch anymore because there's nothing to buy when you become tantric and like spiritual, because all you're buying is vegetables and plane tickets. That's what I realized in the end. I get given most of my stuff, get given my clothes, get given houses. Like, there's a world of people that are fountains with loads of stuff to give, and a world full of drains where people are taking other people's abundant stuff. They got too much of stuff. Like, I'm going to have too much equipment, and I don't know who I'm going to give this to. Because I'm just going to have to give a lot of stuff away. That's the way it works. That's the way you have to open up to being a drain. Okay, I want some stuff. Someone give me some stuff. I mean, what I really want is someone to give away a house by a lake so I could turn it into a retreat center. And some weights. I wouldn't mind some weights to get these up and running again. And that's about it. That's all I really want. So there are people that with surplus stuff, and you could have stuff. If you're open to receiving, then people will give you stuff. And the more you talk about your passions, people will say, I know someone who has got this thing and they don't want it anymore, and you might want to have it. So money didn't end up buying me lots more things. I'm actually trying to get rid of all my things so I'm a little bit lighter. Also, I live a life of luxury. I live in these beautiful houses with infinity pools, or beautiful houses in Stockholm by the lake. And I'm very blessed to be given all these beautiful things for free. I also have the money to, pay rent and things like that. But it's so much nicer when people give you nice houses. And this only happened because I saw Osho's Wild Wild Country, and people would just give him Rolexes and cars and everything. I thought, I want people to just give me stuff. Because I was always giving away my jewelry. Like in the Burning Man world, it's all about gifting. And my background is Burning Man. So I'm always gifting all of my really cool stuff. When I used to be a unicorn, I had the most extravagant jewelry, the most amazing outfits, the best leggings out of anyone who had leggings. So I was always giving stuff away. In the end, I realized money is the highest form of self-love. Because it makes you more of who you are. If you're a mean and greedy person, you become more mean and greedy. If you're very giving, you'll start to become more and more giving. I had the most enlightened experience this year when I had a friend of mine, Hardstar, my old unicorn. He was in Tantra Island where I was. and I just lost my money. So my Barclay card didn't work anymore, so I couldn't access any money. That had been the case for a month. I didn't panic. I was held by some beautiful Swedish men who I was running a company with, so if I needed money, they would just give it to me and I would subtract it from my whatever. We had some deal where I didn't have to worry about it, but it was a major problem because I couldn't access my own money. But I would give yoni massages for cash, so I had money. I only had 3,000 baht left, and my friend told me a very beautiful, compelling story, and he was struggling hard and he couldn't get back home, and he had a real relatable story because I remember when I was poor and I couldn't afford food, people would just give me food, and that was very rare because I was too proud to ask for help. He wasn't asking for help or money. I just had 3,000 baht on me. That's 60 quid. And I gave it to him. I said, this is my last 60 quid. I want you to have it. I knew a yoni massage was coming in the future, so I wasn't too fussed about not having money for a while. And if I really needed money, I could get it off the Swedish guys. So I gave that money to him. And I've done a lot of spiritual work. I've done a lot of moments where my heart's been ripped open and I felt those beautiful prolonged periods of enlightenment, which only last for a few hours or tops 3 days or a week. I felt the most enlightened I have felt, the most joy, the most openness in my heart when I gave him that 3,000 baht. His story was so compelling, I wanted to give him money, and I did. I walked away and I was analysing myself because I am a man of logic and love and science. I was analysing myself to see how long the sensations in my body and my heart was lasting from that exchange, from the exchange being me just giving my cash to him. It lasted 3 long hours. Intense feeling of love, intense feeling of euphoria, intense feeling of that moment of awe when you see a majestic mountain and you feel that oneness. I felt that from giving 6,000 baht to someone, 60 pounds. That moment was a big revelation in my life. It really, I just gave that because I come from scarcity. We hoard money. I'm Bangladeshi. My dad's tight as fuck. He used to take all the tips when we were working at the restaurant, so I had to hide the tips in my shoe. So when I got home, he wouldn't take the tips, and I would have £4 or however much I could put into my tiny shoe because I was like 13 years old, but have enough money to buy sweets with. So money is tight for my conditioning. Me to give money away like that is a big step of me opening up and feeling that flow of abundance coming in. That moment changed the core of my being. From that moment, I want to give more away. The reason why I want to have an outrageous amount of money is to be able to pay my friends to do the work that I don't want to do. So I want Arthur Moore to do my YouTube channel. I want Maxime Bjork to do my Instagram. I want to be living in a house full of content creators who could just do my stuff for me. So all I got to do is just show up here and be myself. I want people to organize all my stuff for me so I could be the best version of myself. And I do have that with my other job. But that's doing something completely different. This is my passion project, Shaft Uddin, on Instagram and this channel. So I found that the act of giving had a huge impact in my heart, and I want to keep on doing that. So now I have an amazing company. I want to generate 1,000 English pounds every month to give to Sadhguru's Isha Foundation. That's what I really, really want to do. I was having a lot of conscious ketamine rituals, and in those visions, I was constantly seeing Sadhguru, and I wanted to know how to evolve my company, and basically I want to make fuel it. I want it to just feed itself from generating income, giving it away, generating an income, giving it away. Hopefully one day I'll be able to have enough wealth to have a lot of cool friends who need money, and I could like just fund them into cool projects and get that money back somehow eventually. So that life is already happening. When I have surplus money, when I get given strange bits of money from the universe now, I put it on Facebook and say, hey, who's going through a tough time? Who wants £100? My parents will go crazy if I heard about that. So I'm blessed to have changed my relationship with money because of Tantra. I had to do a shit ton of clearing. There was a course by Shelley Bullard and a abundance course that I did that reprogrammed my money mindset. I went into the traumas around money, the first memories around money, how I could let go of that imprint of money in my body. How can I move forwards? How can I use and utilize money for its best potential? How can I just be less blocked around money and be more open and fluid and less stressed around money? So when I'm hitting that scarcity thing in my bank account, I breathe into that now. Like, I haven't been paid for a while due to COVID-19 and things like that. And my money's dwindling in my bank account, and I'm seeing it go down, and I'm like, fuck it. I always know money's coming in. I'm just going to spend some more. So what I'm going to do today is force myself to buy some trainers that I don't need and buy some stuff that I don't need, and just spend that money. It makes no sense. My relationship with money makes no sense. I have sex on vast amounts of money, set an intention to generate more money. I do that on a full moon with a lover or whoever's available, and then we end up creating the exact amount of income that we say that we want. So when I lost my my income due to the lockdown, I started to hang out with the Bitcoin millionaires and people with a lot of money. And when I was holding the cacao ecstatic dances in Koh Phangan, Tantra Island, we'd all go around and say what our intention is for this month, and I would say, I would like to generate £3,000. And people would laugh because £3,000 isn't a lot for these people. And then people would say, oh, poor Shaft. I want Shaft to get £3,000 as well. So all these people would say, Shaft, we really want you to get £3,000. I was like, okay, great, amazing. I had no money, had nothing coming in. And then that month, I ended up getting a job and I generated £3,000. That amount of money was a lot for someone who's a hippie and just gives you only massages. And then I thought, okay, that worked. Let's try the next month, £5,000. Same thing happened again. I got £5,000. I thought, okay, that worked. Let's try £10,000 every single month. And then I got £10,000 every single month. And now it's like, okay, now I want £10,000 profit. Not £10,000 I have to pay my my employees and everyone. But let's see if I can get that as profit somehow now. And now we're generating vast amounts of income. So somehow everything's working out really well. What am I going to do about money? I want to give it to Sadhguru. And I will also, have the fun fund. And I really want to have lots of children. So I want to be a full-time dad. And I want to be the dad that my father wasn't able to be for the first 20, 30, 40 years of my life. But my dad is great. Not saying Elvis is a bad person. I love Elvis. He's my idol. He's amazing. Love your dads. So yeah, I just want to be able to generate enough money to give away, to help as many people, to be in service. Look after yourself first before you start not being able to look after yourself and resenting giving away that money. Don't do it like that. Make sure you have a lot of savings, a lot of fun funds, and you're using your money cleverly. Number 2, sex. So, sex is the highest form of humanity. We are here to procreate. We are here to bring better versions of ourselves onto the planet. I had a meditation one time where I saw that my generation, we are gonna break the shackles of humanity, but it's gonna be from our freedom that we will create the enlightened babies. They already exist, they're already existing now. That will free us from the slavery that we put ourselves into. This is already happening. Have you met a 19-year-old who already speaks about boundaries, consent, and they're already speaking the language that I'm teaching to all my clients? They're fully enlightened. Somehow, it's like, how do you know about manifestation, intentions, and abundance? You have no worry in the world, there's no trauma in you. And they say, yeah, we were traumatized, but I've cleared it. I'm like, you're only 19 years old. How did you do it? So these kids are already existing. My generation, I'm old. I'm 40 years old. So it is my generation that is already in charge of a lot of the stuff in the world. So we are having an effect on the planet, on the collective consciousness. I've already made a huge dent on the planet with my way of living and loving. Check out all my viral videos. We are creating impact. We are here to generate a sense of new way of thinking for the collective. Sex is one of the tools, if not the tool, to reach enlightenment. Tantra, sacredsexualawakening.com is the path to the quickest way to find freedom. That's all I'm saying. How is sex the highest form of self-love? It is the highest form of utilizing your body. All of us are used to bum. All of us are used to going into toxic relationships to have our needs met in some way sexually. We're here to find love. Obviously that love is inside ourselves. We're going to be seeking forever if we're looking outside of ourselves. But this is a different type of story I'm going to tell you right now. I'm talking about the physical act of sex. It is the most profound way to heal yourself. I chose this path because it started with the main chakra, if you believe in chakras. Starting from the root up. People in the spiritual community are walking from here upwards. The Anahata, the Vishuddha, the Ajna, the Sahasrara. That is all they are concentrating on. Love and light. Love and light. Ooh, look, twin flame. Oh, I'm going to have sex. Now my life is ruined. Now I'm going to be celibate. This is a common story of a lot of women I meet in the spiritual community. It's a fucking shit show. It's a disaster. Guys, girls, really look into the bottom chakras, yeah? Your root. Work your way up from there. Start off with your point of survival and procreation. Instead of concentrating on the dark aspect of it, concentrate on the healed, mature aspect of it, not the immature aspect of it. So the Muladhara, the Swadhisthana, and the Manipura, you need these as well as just the Anahata and up. You need the lower three chakras rooted, connected to your being. Sex is the foundation. Where did you come from? Your mother's vagina. What do we need to worship? The place where we came from, which is our body temples. The temple where your soul resides. Allah gave you a Ferrari. You need to know how to fucking drive this amazing machine. I could hold my breath for 4 minutes now because I learned the Wim Hof method and other breathwork techniques. I could sustain my orgasmic sensations and bliss for an eternity now. I'm 40 years old. I've reversed aging because I discovered Tantra. Because everything is related to your dick. And your vagina. Literally, life force energy is there. If you know how to clear the trauma, sacredsexualawakening.com, check it out. Find out what tantric massages are and how profound of a healing tool they are. Book a session with me. Literally, everything's transparent in my websites. So find out how to clear that. All of your problems revolves around relationships. Am I right? I'm fucking right, because I'm in a bubble of people who have no idea how to have boundaries, have no idea how to say no, no idea how to say yes, no idea how to express their desires, no idea how to be vulnerable. They are hiding behind a performance, a show. None of it's real. It is a shit show. What you need to learn is how to love yourself, honor yourself, listen to your penis and your pussy. Listen to the inherent voice inside of your body. We've all heard of voices inside of ourselves, such as, I need to let my heart speak, I need to get this off my chest, gut instinct, butterflies in my stomach, heartache. All of this, your body is speaking to you. None of us are listening to our genitals. None of us, apart from the intelligent ones who have tapped into their womb wisdom, who have turned on the volume of their conscious cock. I have an abundance of relationships because my penis gets in contact with the right women. It gets hard and erect when it's near the right women. I don't have a choice because my body just goes vroom and connects with the person. And then my voice will be like, out of interest, are you doing any tantra or any female empowerment work? They'd be like, well, no, I just do yoga. And I'd be like, oh, okay, really? Are you sure? Because my body's saying something very different. And then they'd be like, yeah, I had a lot of trauma around my womb, I couldn't have babies, and then I experimented with tantra, and now I use the jade egg and I teach women how to connect with their yonis. And I'm like, yeah, my dick, my conscious cock, can pick up your energy, and there's a lot of energy inside of you that I could feel, and maybe we should just play around with this energy, see what happens. And then we do. And then we fall in love. Then we start businesses together. Then we start retreats together because I'm listening to my body. And this happens all the time when I meet these amazing, strong, inspiring women that enrich my life. That is my mantra when I connect with women. Since 2008, I had a mantra, and I have a mantra, which is only sleep with strong, inspiring women that enrich your life. In that way, I cannot fuck up. In that way, I'm meeting women who have a profound effect on my life and are healing me from the inside out, from the bottom up. So I'm connecting with the best. I have a reputation on the island for having the best lovers. All my lovers are bisexual and lesbian women, because I used to identify myself as a lesbian. And they have all said, you should have a little Facebook group, because we're all lesbian and bi, where we could all hook up with each other, because you do have the best looking women on the island that you're in a relationship with. Not the best looking, but also the coolest, most productive, non-floaty hippie women. Like, I'm talking about business women, career women, women who are making impact on the planet. I got a great selection of these women. It's great. I've got a harem of beautiful women, all former lovers. The beautiful thing about my relationships is we're all still friends. Because I have such a simple set of tools to help me connect with women on a deep level. Not only just women, I'm very open to all forms of sensuality, so dudes as well. If you look like a Viking, come my way. But also, these tools are transferable for business contracts, for massage skill swaps, for relationships and everything like that. These tools are available in my book, Sacred Sexual Awakening. You can download it for free. I also have a video about these tools that I'm going to be releasing on my channel as well. So simplicity is key. Sex has to be simple because it's complicated enough. For me, I have a set of tools that allows me to go deep straight away. Every time I go into some kind of intimacy, I always ask, what is your intention for this sex magic ritual, this relationship, or whatever we're going to do? What is your intention? What is your fears? What are your desires? What are your boundaries? Do you have any STIs? What will this mean to you? In this video, because I'm running out of time, because I've got to do another stream somewhere else for my other job, it's all about Boundaries and consent, creating safety, relaxing a nervous system, not performing, being real, being vulnerable. This is how we connect on a heart level from the root up. This is how we do it. It is that simple. What I'm trying to create is a world where there is no more blaming and shaming between men and women, but transparent communication, co-creation, shared vulnerability, where people are connecting together and using each other to grow, using each other to be the best versions of themselves, finding themselves through each other. This is why I chose polyamory. I'm also open to monogamy now. I'm very open to all aspects. I've lived on both sides of sexuality and relationship dynamics. From the moment I was born to 30, I was strictly monogamous. Didn't work for me. From 30 to 40, I was 99% of the time polyamorous, 1% one relationship. I was monogamous. I was way happier being polyamorous. But I also rejected monogamy because it hurt so much every single time I did it. Now, since going sailing on the Apicalago and the monogamy portal opened, I'm open to monogamy now, which means I have more choice to be polyamorous, to be open to not just polyfidelity and polyemotional, but finding a primary, because I didn't used to believe in primaries because I didn't want to ever be someone's secondary. My primary was myself, and I chose everyone they were all my number ones. Turns out most women don't want to be number twos or number ones or anything. They just want to feel special, and I was able to make everyone feel special. So my thing was presence and depth straight away. Showing up for love, but a lot of people are fucking petrified of love. They're petrified of an awakened man showing up and giving everything that they want. For fuck's sake, all your goddess trainings is showing you how to receive and surrender. Half of these women are batshit crazy and they can't even look after themselves, let alone be in a relationship with someone else, because they're trapped in their own trauma stories over and over again, trying to heal some daddy issue with someone else and getting it fucking wrong, going to some other ayahuasca thing, trying to overcome this bullshit stuff, where they haven't actually just gone home and said, Dad, I forgive you, I love you, and I set you free, let's get to know each other. That's it. It's that simple. Go back home to your parents and tell them that you love them. That's all you need to do. Sex is the height of humanity. If you incorporate the full activation of your body, I'm talking what makes your body feel good. It feels good when it is dancing, singing, making love, moving, massaging, orgasms, breathing. If you incorporate these into your lovemaking, so sex isn't a 3.5 minute activity of stress release, it is a dance, a movement practice, a place where you can meditate and be present with another soul, navigating emotional landscapes together with another human being and maybe another human being, incorporating the oneness into mind, body, sex and spirit, full alignment from the bottom chakra to the top chakra, connecting each part of your soul, your body together with another human being. You could do all this by yourself, by the way. That's the self practice of Tantra. But the most profound way of healing is with another human. We are not meant to heal ourselves. It is hard to massage yourself. It's hard to tickle yourself. It's easier to tickle someone else. It's easier to massage someone else. And it's easier to ask for help and support each other when it comes to overcoming your traumas to become a fully empowered Sacred Sexual Jedi being. Sex is the height of self-love, because when you master your body, you could ask someone for what you want in your desire. You could co-create a sexual experience that is reaching levels of oneness that you have never experienced before. You will expand your body to receive more pleasure. You will expand your orgasmic bliss, so it's not just a peak orgasm then you drop. You will get into a peak orgasm and then you just valley into a non-stop orgasmic way of living. Everything becomes pleasurable. Tantra is like mindfulness. Sacred Sexual Awakening is a way of life. It is not just a practice. When you become mindful in everything, life has a little bit more space in everything. You become a bit more aware in everything. Tantra allows you to do this as well. So you can start being in a bit more state of presence and a bit more state of pleasure. You can start extending pleasure, which starts building a discipline of expansion in every aspect of your life. I have a brain like limitless now. I wasn't able to read and write because of my limited belief systems and the fact that I was an artist and I just fucking hated reading and writing. But I've written a book. Check out sacredsexualawakening.com. I wrote it in 3 days. I became a copywriter for Disney. I can write, I just don't want to write. But I'm really good at it. But I don't like doing it. It's a bit like me being really good at photography, but I just can't be asked to do it. So I have all these skill sets now where I'm able to do a lot of cool stuff, because I let go of limited belief systems when it comes to using tantric tools to let go of society's conditionings, the domestication from my parents and their parents, and releasing all of that, which is why I have a new relationship with money. Love money. I make love with money, and I see money as like a juicy, sexy woman like Samantha from Sex and the City, and I make love with that energy. Same with sex. Sex helps me open up my body to new possibilities, and I use my martial arts, I use my dance, I use my massage, I use everything in and Kama Sutra in creating the most shamanic experience for my clients as well as my lovers. So utilizing our bodies to tap into the beast inside of you, the monster, the power inside of you, as well as the serenity and the oneness with God. So from the root to the crown. Sex is the highest form of humanity and using your body. The next one, spirituality. Here we go. I've got 15 more minutes. This is a long love stream, huh? I'm actually curious to know if anyone's watching. So, spirituality. Here we go. Oh, give us a thumbs up. I want to hear some things in the comments, guys. So, spirituality, what does this mean? It means belief. Whatever you believe in comes true. If you believe your life is shit, your life will be shit. If you believe the universe is conspiring to make your world a better place, it will. If you believe in Allah and there's a bearded man in heaven and you have to do all these things 5 times a day to reach heaven, then that is going to be your reality. If you really believe that there is a guy with a top knot called Shiva and he is the dancer of the Nataraja, the dance of creation and destruction, then that is also a truth as well. Anything you believe in comes true. Let's get that down as the foundation of spirituality. Belief. I believe in Tantra. That is my path. I used to believe in being a unicorn, and I created the 10 principles of unicornia, which I channeled when I was in Jerusalem. So it's as valid as all the great belief systems and religions that came from there. It was actually a religion for me because I lived by these 10 principles, which then reached 1 million other people, which then reached billions of people. I wanted to get my belief about unicornia to the planet, and I did. I became a very famous, successful unicorn. I was known as a polyamorous unicorn sex cult leader. That was my thing. I believe in polyamory, so I was polyamorous, and I was attracting polyamorous people who believed they were unicorns. Whatever you believe in comes true. So, my thing wasn't telling people to become unicorns, it was telling people to become themselves. If it's a unicorn, that's great. More abundance for me, more people to play with, because that's what I ever really want. I want people to be I'm a big kid and I just want to play. I want to make love and make out. That is it, and I love those things. But I'm usually the only one with the weird hobbies like tantra and being a unicorn, and I am usually the only one just doing the same thing by myself. And eventually people just think he's weird. He's a weird Bangladeshi brown person with a bit of cardboard on his head, or he's like a weird sleazy guy trying to give women yoni massages. But eventually the world sees another narrative, which is, wow, this stuff is actually healthy for you. This stuff is actually can save your life. Oh, I'm gonna give this a go. Oh my god, it changed my life, and now I want to learn more from it. Shaft Uddin, can you help me? Yeah, sure. What can I do? Here's a list of services. sacredsexualawakening.com. Learn about believing in yourself. Here's a bunch of stuff I learnt, which are a bunch of scripts, by the way. All the teachers are just reading scripts. When you go into teacher trainings, they're literally going to give you scripts. These scripts are tools. These tools are in every single personal development thing, from Tony Robbins to Les Brown to Alexander Vartman to Barbara Carrella to the ISTA to Agama to Sacred Sexual Awakening. We're all using the same fucking things. I describe this stuff, belief, spirituality, as it all comes from the same source, and you could either have an iPhone or a Windows phone. It's all coming from the same Wi-Fi source, right? You got a different interface. What interface do you want to use? An iPhone? I use the iPhone because I'm a designer, so I just know that interface. Or a Windows phone. I'm not going to use that because I believe in this iPhone, because I've used it long enough and I'm conditioned to use this now. I can switch for a Windows Android operating system, but I'm just going to use this one. It's all going up and collecting the same Wi-Fi's, and now you got all these different apps, different things. Oh shit, it's all the same stuff though. It's coming from the same source. Whatever you believe in comes true. You could believe in tantra, you could believe in spirituality, you could believe in Christianity, you could believe in everything. Every single belief system has the same stuff. Devotional singing, kirtan, Sufis, gospel choirs, they're all doing the same stuff. Devotional singing, power of mantra, reprogramming your brains. Muslims, Jews, Christians, spiritual people, and science are using malas and things like this to reprogram your brain. It's all using the same stuff. Once a week we all come together in Holy Union, Sunday service, ecstatic dance. We're all doing the same stuff. These tools work to reach enlightenment. I'm enlightened. I'm 100% enlightened, but I choose the suffering because that is where the juice is. If I want peace, I will have to sit down and go into nature. But my brain, which is hardwired to problem solving, will want to keep on firing up the juice, finding problems to fix. If you direct that energy into something else, just having a little bit of relaxation from the thoughts, and I use tantra to do that, you can find spaces of enlightenment, spaces of moments of awe, spaces of where your story isn't full of drama, but you have a bit of a break from your drama. We love drama. The juice, the rasa, as we say in the Hare Krishnas. So this is the juice of life, the drama of life, and it all comes from relationships and sex and money, right? But if you know how to utilize it, then it's easy. I've lived with my parents in this enlightened state that I'm in. I go to Bangladesh, in a Muslim, strict devout Muslim country, and I'm doing my Shiva mantras with my mum and dad. I'm doing my spiritual practices, my sadhanas, in the Muslim house in Sylhet. I'm eating curry. I don't have to worry about relationships when I'm there. It's a really nice retreat when I utilize the idea that I don't have to tell my parents anything. Like, my parents love me, and I love my parents. Like, we're tight because Tantra taught me how to heal all the bullshit. I also naturally was doing it when I was young, to let go of all that anger, and I went into forgiveness and acceptance and healing when I was like 23. So when I'm in Bangladesh, Ramdas once said, if you think you're spiritual, spend a weekend with your family. I love spending weekends with my family, and I love spending time with my parents, and I do my spiritual practices there, and I talk about yoni massages, polyamory, God, spirituality, all the things you should never talk about whilst you're spending Christmas with your family. Luckily, I'm a fucking genius, and I know how to work my parents and how to make them feel alive and have juicy conversations rather than heated debates. I'm good at conflict resolution because I have a lot of lovers. And trust me, when you're on Tantra Island and it's full moon and you've got a bunch of women who are Scorpios, who are your lovers, you really need to know how to hold space. For that much energy. Trust me, I am a master. Check out sacredsexualawakening.com. So when I'm in the spaces with my parents, I don't have to worry about relationships, sex, or drama. And in that space, this is why you could easily be a monk. This is why it's easy to be a monk and be a spiritual person, because you're not dealing with the hardest aspect of life, which is having someone that you love, sharing your desires, your fears, and spending 24/7 with another human that you really want to start a life with. It's easy being a monk. Your food and shelter is provided, and you don't have to think about that stuff. Sex, money, spirituality is the highest form of self-love. Money is purpose. Do something that you love every day so you never have to work another day in your life. Work is love made visible. Number 2, sex. It is the highest form of using your body, breath, sound, and movement. Using the things that make you happy. When you put on music, a child will just start dancing. Because it makes our body feel good. Let's bring in all the bits that make us happy into lovemaking. Not just bum bum bum. Not just Pornhub. Let's bring in intention. Let's bring in fantasies, desires. Let's bring in breath, sound, and movement, dance, massage, martial arts. Use your body to its full potential. Take someone on a shamanic journey. Learn how to do that yourself with yourself. Learn about sacred sexual education. Learn about the G-spot, A-spot, Kundalini area. All the different million types of orgasms. Learn about your P-spot men. Learn about how multi-orgasmic you are as a man and as a woman. Turns out we're exactly the same. We're all multi-orgasmic. We all have the same capacity of orgasms and pleasure. All our bits started off as the same woman, and then it just got translated into different bits, and we just got to remember how to use our bits and come together and use our bits together so we reach enlightenment through sex together. Number 3, spirituality. This is a belief. Believe in yourself, and the world will believe in you. That is it. That's all I want to leave you with. That was a juicy, fired up podcast, video, love stream. This is for you. I'm here every single day. Please do give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video to anyone you wish that will benefit from this. I am here for you to help you reach and awaken yourself into your highest version of yourself, Welcome to sacredsexualawakening.com. Welcome to my channel, and I am here to serve you to become the best version of yourself. Have a beautiful day. Please do check out the links below and check out my online course, The School of Self-Love. All of my practices are here, easily accessible for you to become the best version of yourself. And here's a little mantra. And this is me signing off for today. I love my life. I love my body. I love myself. Yeah, yeah.